Hello everybody, I am back with another video, and today I'm going to show you my gaming setup. So the goal of this video is to go through each component and show you how it all works together. I also did some cable management upgrades, so I want to show you the before and after of those as well. So I hope this video is helpful and educational for you guys, and let's just go ahead and start with the PC itself. So the first thing that we are going to start with here is the PC. So this is a Ryzen 7 1700. I got a GTX 1080 in there. I've also got a 256GB NVMe drive in there, which you can see it's kind of underneath the Dragon. I've tried to keep everything pretty well hidden in my PC in terms of the hard drives and whatnot. There's the RAM and the CPU cooler. So I actually have 5 fans. I have 4 fans that glow, 1 in the back and then 3 there in the front. And I've also got one up there at the top as well. So you can see I went for a very colorful vibe for my computer. I've got all rainbow colored cables running through it. So there's a lot actually hidden on the other side of the computer as well. That's where my 2TB hard drive is, and I also have a 500GB SSD as well back there. So I absolutely love this computer. It is custom built and it is an absolute beast. It has tempered glass on both sides, so you can see into it perfectly, and if you come around, you can't really see a lot there. But it is very heavy because of the tempered glass. So also in the front you can see the lights. So the lights you can actually cycle through. I set up the reset button, so it doesn't actually reset the computer, it just cycles through the different light combinations. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the desk area. So I've got my amazing Harry Potter coaster, and this little gadget is nice if you're feeling kind of restless, you can mess with that. So I've got 2 monitors here. I've got a 24-inch on the right side and a 22-inch on the left side. And then I've got this speaker. This is a fairly inexpensive one, but it works really well. And then if you move down here, I've got my headphones and a nice little hook there. Also got this gaming keyboard and mouse. These both light up. And I can kind of cycle through a couple of colors as well. I've kept with the blue and black theme in this room. I've tried to at least. And I got my Harry Potter mouse pad underneath as well. Alright, so up on this monitor, this is the main monitor that I game on, and this is my webcam. So I've just got that kind of hanging up there on the monitor. And I've got my mic here. This is a Samson Meteor, and I have it on this nice little swivel, so I can just kind of pull this out when I am recording, and then I can just put it away when I don't need it anymore. I do have the little pop filter there. It looks kind of funny. It has these weird little feet on it, but I really do like it. Alright, let's go back behind here and check out some of the consoles I have hooked up to my computer. So here's the Xbox One, and then down here is the Xbox 360. The reason I have the 360 is because it is backwards compatible with a lot of original Xbox games, so the only way to get those recorded is to have a 360 here. So I have an Elgato here, if you can see. So the Elgato is going to be used to record original Xbox games, 360 games, Xbox One games, and eventually PlayStation 4. So hopefully I will be able to use that to record all 3 of those systems. And so I've got this set up here. This is an HDMI switcher over here. So it is hooked up to the monitor, and it is also hooked up to the consoles. So since this only has one HDMI port on the back of my monitor, I have to use this to actually display the console on my screen when I'm playing it. So basically, to use the Elgato with 3 different consoles, all I'm going to have to do in the future is just grab the HDMI cable out of whatever console was being used and then just put that into the console that I want to record. Another thing that I've hooked up back here is a 2TB external drive since I ran out of space on my Xbox One, which is very easy to do since a lot of games are 50 gig to 100 gig. I also made sure that I plugged the console straight into the socket, so you want to make sure that you're not plugging your console into a power strip. You actually want to plug them all straight into the wall. So every time I want to play one, I will have to unplug it from there and plug it back in. So the last piece of equipment I have here is really neat actually. So this is a light, and you can actually change and cycle through different settings on this light. There is a cold light, a warm light, and there is a kind of a mixture of the two. You probably can't see it very well, but it does cycle through, and you can make it less intense or more intense. So that's really nice for lighting when recording videos, because you can just kind of pick how strong you want the light and what color of light that you want shining on you while you record. And it has this spindly little arm on it. It's very inexpensive, and it just kind of clips straight to the back of the desk, so it is really sturdy. Alright, so this is the back of my setup. So like I said before, I did some cable management today, so I will throw in some before and after pictures so that you can see what this looked like before I cleaned it all up. So with all the stuff that I have going on here, I do need some better cable management than I had, so I picked up a few items to kind of help me out. So I've got some Velcro strips right there, I've got a Velcro tie, a cable cover, and some of these hooks that you can run cables through so they're not just hanging down. So I put in 3 of these cable covers. These are just basic Amazon ones, and they actually work really well. They use a zipper, and you just run the cables through them. So all of the cables that had to be run to my computer, I just ran them all through this cover, and it looks so much nicer than it used to look. All of these were just kind of hanging everywhere, and now they are nicely covered up. I also have the cables that are coming down from my monitor and going into the power strip down there. So the power strip used to be laying down there on the floor, and I actually put it up on my desk with some Velcro strips. I was kind of worried that it wouldn't be able to hold the weight, but it seems to be holding it pretty well. So I also bought some of these things here, which just kind of holds the cables down. So if I do have to restart my router, my modem, I don't have to worry about the cable falling down back behind here. So I also use the Velcro strips to put this USB hub up here on the desk, so it's kind of up and out of the way. So on this I have my mouse and keyboard and the Xbox controller adapter. So I can use my Xbox controller wirelessly, and I don't have to have this kind of sticking up on the computer because it looks really ugly. You do have to have a line of sight when using this Xbox adapter here. So also in terms of cable management, I do have this monitor stand here, and it has these loops that kind of go through them. I did add one of the hooks onto here so I could continue to run the cables through. So I did buy this to hold up these 2 monitors. I think it works a lot better than just having the regular monitor stands, because the 2 monitors are now up and out of my way, so I do have that free space kind of below there. And it's also easier to adjust them and make them work together. So looking down here, I also put some of the hooks over here to run the cables and route them through the desk, and up and over to the sleeves as well. So to get a close-up look at the sleeves, you can see there is a zipper over here, and it just kind of runs the entire length. It was very easy to put the cables through. It looks really nice and well made. Alright, so I can't believe I haven't talked about my gaming chair yet, since it's the most obvious thing in the room besides my computer. So I bought this online off of Amazon, and these are actually not very fun to buy because they have notoriously bad reviews. They often come in damaged and whatnot, but I got pretty lucky. It is a rather large chair. It's pretty comfortable. I do have a pillow there just for some more support. It did come with a pillow thing itself, but I thought that it was just a little bit too hard on my back, so I do use that pillow that I bought. But yeah, just a pretty basic chair. I like the look of it, and I definitely like the fact that it has the armrests because my previous chair did not have those, so those are kind of a lifesaver. If we walk over here, I do have a charging station. I've got some headphones and whatnot. I have a Xbox 360 controller, and that is actually the controller I use to game on my PC with. And up there is the controller that I use with the Xbox One. And these are all the old games that I used to play. Alright you guys, that's all I really have to show you, so thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.
I sold myself for plastic gold, I drank the hate up on the centerpiece. Wrist up all the grit, no rest in peace to all of my enemies.